All right. Hello, everyone. We are just going to go over a couple examples here from Basic Metric Conversions Worksheet 2. Just reviewing the steps for the picket fence model and how to go through and do conversions. Also go over again, just kind of as you're finishing up, whenever you go back in, please make sure you look over and see, check your answers. So anytime that I start out when we're doing conversions, we start out with what's called the picket fence model. Just looks like a picket fence, drawing a horizontal line and starting out with what I'm asked to convert. They're asking me to convert 10.2 centimeters, and I want to convert over to meters. Any number I can always write over top of 1. So I don't like having that spot blank, so I can fill it in and have something filled in that box. The other thing that you would want to have open is from Google Classroom, and I mentioned this before, but please have open your conversion sheet, which I will have open as I am going through and doing the problems with you guys today. That is this paper right here, which has all the conversions that we will use. The very first one that I'm interested in, I want to convert meters to between meters and centimeters. As I look at my different boxes, I can notice that, hey, here is my conversion between meters and centimeters. It doesn't matter which one I put on top, which one I put on bottom. I can use either one. The key thing is if I use one below, I have to use the other one above. Everything after that first box comes from that worksheet. The units tell me where things go. If I have centimeters up top, in order to get them to cancel out, I have to have centimeters on the bottom. I'm going to convert from centimeters to meters. I already found that conversion on my paper. The fact that 1 meter, there are 100 centimeters, that is the conversion that I'm going to use. I don't have to go any more because I have the units that I'm interested in. Well, what do I do now? Now it's time to type into a calculator. Numbers above the horizontal line is multiplication. You multiply. If a number is below the horizontal line, you're dividing. So, as I'm taking a look at this, I start out with 10.2. I'm going to divide by 100 since the 100 is below the horizontal line. And what I'm left with is 0.102, and that would be meters. Do not put any units in the form because the issue is if you have extra spaces, then you end up with different problems. So in the Google form, I'm going to put over here, I'm putting in the either 0.102 or I'm putting in the 0.102. Either one, 0.102 or 0.102. Either one is fine. After you submit, kind of like I mentioned in the first one, please pull up. You should see the answer key, and it's going to give you the work that goes through. Even though this might not look like the picket fence model. The 1 meter was on top. The 100 centimeters was down below. Each of the conversion factors I'm using are inside the parentheses. At the end, I have what I'm typing in the calculator, and then I have my answer at the end. Doing a couple more examples here. We're going to go through and do 3 on this form. So first up, if I'm going to convert 1.5 kilometers to meters, starting out with what is given, 1.5 km. Writing it over top of 1, that way that spot isn't blank. Kilometers is up top. I want to put kilometers below the line. That's how I get the units to cancel out. And I want to see, is there a conversion directly from kilometers to meters? So I pull up my equation sheet. I'm still in the metric length box. I don't have to look very far. It's the very first conversion. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So 1 km There's 1,000 meters. I have the units that I'm interested in at the end, meters and meters. I'm done converting. So all I have to do in my calculator then is 1.5. I'm going to multiply by 1,000. And my answer is 1,500. And that's what I'm entering into the form for number 2. Number 3, converting 15 millimeters to centimeters. I have 15 millimeters is what I'm starting with over top of 1. As I take a look over here in the next box, I'm looking for a conversion between mm and cm. So where do I look? I look at my conversion sheet. Over here on the conversion sheets, 1 kilometer, 1,000 meters, 1 meter, 100 centimeters. That's not it. 1 centimeter, 100 millimeters. Hey, that sounds like that might be something. Or I also have 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters. Well, I got to double check. I have 2 that have millimeters. So I could possibly use this conversion or I could use this conversion. But which one I use depends on what units I want to convert to. Since it's asking me to convert directly to centimeters, this has a conversion between those two. That is the one that I'm going to use so that I don't have to do more work than when I have to. So millimeters is up top. I put millimeters on the bottom. Centimeters goes above. Oh no, I can't remember the numbers. Look back. 1 goes with centimeter, 10 goes with millimeter. So 1 and 10. Millimeter up top, millimeter on the bottom. My math then is 15. 10 is below the horizontal line. I'm going to divide by 10, and that's going to give me 1.5 as my answer, and that's what I'm going to put into the Google form. You guys will have the remainder to finish from this paper.